Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing an unboxing because the beautiful people at Mercy Handy have sent me a load of their hand sanitizers. I love hand sanitizers. I think that they are the greatest thing on the entire planet. I am a bit of a germaphobe, but I am also incredibly snobbish about what I like in a hand sanitizer. So I feel like if I think these are good, then most normal people would say that they are good. We use hand sanitizers pretty much all the time when I'm out, and at least 3 times a day, so I'm a bit of a connoisseur in hand sanitizers. First thing to note, Mercy Handy is a French company. It's been running for about 2 years. They started off just being about the hand sanitizers and now have done more teeth-related products. So things like toothpaste, teeth whitening and mints and things. So they are not just doing hand sanitizers now, they have sort of expanded. And they are coming to Topshop. The hand sanitizers are coming to Topshop stores in the UK. Also, they have sent me a discount code so you can get free shipping, and I will link that in the description below. So there are a total of 7 hand sanitizer smells that you can get. They've sent me 5, but they have sent me the 3 that are definitely coming to the UK and are on sale now in Topshop. So black vanilla, cherry and flower power. So I'm going to try out those 3 first and then try out the other ones just in case you really like those ones and want to see what they smell like. I know I'm already going to like vanilla just because vanilla is my favourite smell. They have little beads in them. You probably can't tell. I'll just link to the pictures, but they have little beads in them which basically help make a better smell. It's pretty much drying up on my hands pretty much instantly. I haven't had to rub my hands for very long. It says 30 seconds or something? Yeah, it's not going to take 30 seconds to make it dry, so that's probably about drying about 10 seconds, which is my first number one thing with hand sanitizers. It needs to dry in time. I have 3 specific needs when it comes to hand sanitizers. It needs to smell good, it needs to dry quickly, and then it needs to not dry out my hands. So it needs to do those 3 things, and I'm happy. What I will say about the smell, when it's physically in the bottle, there is sort of like this undercurrent of hand sanitizer smell. If you're basically just smelling it through the bottle, you can actually just, it's black vanilla with sort of a chemically, it's not really chemically makes it sound bad. It's not, it's just the classic sort of hand sanitizer smell when it's physically in the bottle. Now that I've put it on my hands, that smell is completely gone, and it just smells like vanilla now, which is incredible, the fact that they've managed to do something that pretty much you know that is going to sanitize your hands, but it doesn't leave that other smell of chemicals on the side. So when it's actually physically on your hands, it just smells like vanilla, which is amazing. So, has to smell good, tick box, done. Dries in a really quick time. I will say I only use a small amount, but I don't think you potentially need any more than that, so I don't think it's going to be drying out my hands. My hands feel pretty much okay, so it dries in time and it hasn't dried out my hands. So my 3 check boxes of things that hand sanitizers need to do have already been cleared. So that was black vanilla. I'm pretty sure they all have the same formula, it's just the smells that are different. So then you have cherry, which I know I probably won't like because I don't like cherry smells, but the cherry is slightly florally, strangely enough, but I kind of like that because I find cherry just a tiny bit too sweet, but that's quite nice. So it has a sort of like a fruitier, florally scent. Flower power, which is probably going to be florally. That's not as floral, that's not like a perfume, that's not like your grandmother's perfume. This is like a casual trip down a rose garden. Well, it's actually not even rose. It kind of smells like sweet peas. And it's not overly strong, and it's not sort of powering your face, which I do like. The other 2, which I'm going to show you, are not available in Topshop, but you can get them online. We have Oh My Lemon, which is probably going to be zesty, although it's green, but some lemons are green. That is very less zesty. That is not just lemon juice, that is lemon zest. That is incredibly zesty and nice. Then New Wave. What's New Wave meant to smell like? The rest of them have like obvious titles, but New Wave is apparently, I have a little book here, just a fresh flavour. Okay. That smells like the fresh outdoors. Fresh. I love the word. That's like my favourite word, fresh, to describe a smell. I will say that if you don't like overly powerful smelling things, then I probably would go for vanilla, because it is incredibly light in smelling, and then New Wave because it doesn't specifically smell like anything. It doesn't smell zesty or florally or fruity or anything like that. It just smells like fresh. Those are probably the two that I would recommend if you don't want any other smells. If you want some kind of quite powerful smells, then I would recommend these lot. I do think they are adorable. They are priced in the UK at £2.90, which when I first saw the bottle, because I use quite a lot, I thought was a tiny bit steep, but to be honest with you, you don't seem like you need a lot on your hands. So again, it is the whole economics. What do you do? Do you buy something where you can use a small amount and not have to use as much, or do you buy a bigger bottle that doesn't cost as much? So it's kind of a juggling up of prices, but I do think that these are really cute, especially if you're not somebody who sanitizes their hands that often, just happens to have one in the bag. This is a really great option. So that's about it. Go to my Instagram and my blog for some up close and personal photos of everything. I will also link to their Instagram and their Twitter, just because Mercy Handy have far better photography skills than I have, and they make their photos look really adorable. So go follow them on Twitter, and hopefully you can see these in Topshop stores. That's about it, and I shall talk to you guys later. Bye!